Welcome to Manhwa Destiny. Let's go and discover destiny on every page. The story starts. We can hear a girl humming as she paints something. The main character in this story has red hair that matches her eyes, and her name is Viola, but we just call her that. As she finishes her painting, she questions herself on how long it has been since she last painted. Although her painting is going well and looks great, she wonders. With soft and light strokes, she sharpens the chin and finishes her painting. Here, it may not seem appealing, but hey, who knows, maybe some other people find it artistic. But for me, it's autistic. Anyways, the painting is a portrait drawn by the great artist Viola herself, and she is happy that she finally finished it. She smiles with relief, knowing her drawing abilities are as good as ever. Now, she realizes even a 4-year-old could draw better than that. She flops onto her couch with disappointment, knowing that she is doomed, and there is no way she can draw like Viola. She wonders what she should do now. She explained that she may be Viola, but it's only natural that she is bad at it. It can't be helped since she is not the real Viola. The story shifts to an art museum. In this scene, we see our girl, the real main protagonist in this story. She can't help but feel irritated about her elective assignment. She gazes at the painting while contemplating why she signed up for the class. It seemed interesting to her, but with a frown on her face, she doesn't understand art, no matter how much she looks at it. She has no choice but to deal with it, as her scholarship fate rests on the grade of this class. She can't keep doing odd jobs anymore. She has to get an A+ in this course no matter what. The museum she went to that day was showcasing an exhibition of famous painters. As she thinks back, she remembers when she received art lessons in the past. She always wanted to create paintings she could display in an exhibition like this one, but she gave up because her skills were awful. Looking at the galleries, she guesses that she is getting used to this work since, to her, the art doesn't look so bad anymore as she understands it more. Staring at the painting, in her thoughts, maybe because she's just a horrible artist, but she likes that this artist wasn't judged based on skill alone. Some used a unique technique, while others drew a pipe and wrote "this isn't a pipe," making their audience think about how to view art. Our girl guesses that the same could be said of the painting she is looking at right now. In her mind, she has no idea what the painting is supposed to mean, but then she sees an explanation next to it where she just doesn't care. But then she reads about the painting that grants wishes, confused, thinking if this was a joke. She wonders if the museum was so desperate that they have to go this far. But then she just wanted to try. She was already there, so she might as well give it a go to celebrate this visit to the museum. And with that, our girl wishes. As she closes her eyes, she wishes that just once is enough. She wanted to live a new life that's unlike anything she has experienced. As she opened her eyes, she just laughed about how ridiculous she was, thinking that nothing happened. Suddenly, the painting came alive, and the girl in the painting grinned at her. She noticed it and was a little creeped out that the painting just smiled. But she brushed it off, thinking that maybe she was just seeing things, which seemed impossible. She then tried to reach the painting, but suddenly one of the security guards stopped her, making her startled. The guard told her that she couldn't touch the painting like that. Nervously, she apologized to the guard. However, she accidentally touched it, and to her surprise, her hand went through the painting like a portal of some sort. At that moment, some mysterious power from the painting sucked her inside, and then she remembered losing consciousness. That was what she remembered as she reincarnated as Viola from the painting. She woke up in an unfamiliar place, confused and disoriented. Waking up, she didn't know where she was. She was seriously baffled and had no idea what was going on. Looking around, our girl saw a room filled with paintings. With that, she got up from the bed and looked in front of the mirror. She noticed that her appearance, from the moment she looked in the mirror, triggered a flood of memories in her head. However, these weren't her own memories but Viola Helena's, the true owner of the body she was currently inhabiting. She wondered if she was just dreaming, but then she noticed a blue book beside her. I should read the book, she thought. The title of the book was Red Rose Awaits Villainous' Demise. She contemplated if the book was a romance novel. Surprisingly, Viola was one of the characters in the novel, playing a prominent antagonist role. Viola met a devastating end. She coveted the female lead's lover and envied everything about her. Viola's role concluded when her life was taken by the male lead. Of course, she didn't like that. But then she noticed again that the content disappeared as soon as she touched it. In her mind, she didn't know what was going on. The content disappeared too. She was thinking that if her wish made at the exhibition really came true, and if that's true, it is unlike anything she has ever experienced before. With that, our girl cries, unable to comprehend the situation. She questions herself on who in the world would have an experience living in a book, and as a villain at that. Moreover, she needs to calm down first. What's done is already done, and she plans to find happiness in this world. Her goal is not to become like the original Viola. Instead, she wants to enjoy a quiet life as a side character. To her, it is not like anyone will be worried about her absence. This is the first time she's relieved about the fact that she doesn't have a family. But then the number one problem is that the people of this world have a long history of being highly invested in various fields of art, with paintings being the most popular. Moreover, she remembers a character named Rabina that Viola was always competing with in their drawings. However, only Viola considered Rabina to be her rival. The female lead, Rabina, was a talented painter, and that's why Viola would always copy Rabina's work. Still, Viola was talented in her own right too. As she sighs, thinking about that, to her, it is madness that she is infamous for her crappy art skills. She doesn't have the most important ability that will help her live as Viola. Since this body is technically Viola's, there shouldn't be a problem. She is Viola Helena now. She thinks that if she is Viola, then her drawing skills must be as good as hers now. She is sure about that. Our girl wanted to try to draw something, she thinks. She is still the same person that she was, and she is not talented at all. Unfortunately, although she is in Viola's body, that does not mean she possesses her skills. And that was the end of the flashback as she remembered the past, the very first time she possessed Viola's body. Going back to the start, our girl Viola is lying down on the couch. To her, it's all over, but she couldn't give up. There might be an opportunity. She remembers that right when she became Viola, it seemed like she was waking up after nearly dying. So, it's okay if she can't actually draw with the skills, there's no way she can copy Rabina's art anyway. With that in mind, she tries to take another look. But then again, it doesn't change. Her drawing still sucks, but she is still proud of her work. She knows that anyone will think her painting is terrible, but it's a way to avoid clashing with the female lead and to protect her new life. She plans to completely twist the plot by making good use of this horrid art. She doesn't want to die in vain, and that is her plan. Suddenly, a knock on the door is heard, and it's a maid asking if she can come in. In response, our girl tells her to come in. As she enters, we see a beautiful maid with ginger hair and red eyes named Jenna. The maid seems nervous around our girl. Viola recognizes her and asks if she is Jenna. Nervously, Jenna flinches and asks if she did something wrong. Viola notices how nervous Jenna is around her and wonders what's with her intense reaction. She ponders on how many tantrums Viola must have thrown for the poor girl to act like that. Viola then asks Jenna what brings her to her room, to which Jenna responds that it's almost time for her art club meeting and she's there to help Viola dress. Viola asks if it's the club that Rabina hosts and tells Jenna not to worry, as she will get ready on her own. Jenna sweats nervously, resembling a cute hamster crying nervously, and wonders why Viola would do it on her own. Viola ponders about Jenna, noticing her worry and wondering if she'll get scolded later. Her plan is to put Jenna at ease. Trying her best to smile, Viola accidentally gives Jenna an intimidating smirk. With her smirky smile, Jenna apologizes, fearing she has overstepped. This leaves Viola puzzled but makes her realize that she should practice her smile first. Later on, Viola puts on her fancy red dress and she noticed that Viola's wardrobe have lots of clothes that are revealing. With no other choice, she chose the best option for her. But still she can't help on how gorgeous Viola's body is while doing her poses. She smirked thinking on how perfect she is, although that her body doesn't have much muscle on it. After dressing up, she is now ready to do her plan by walking and show the power of her crappy skills. And here we can see Viola laughing, trying an evil laughter that she can't wait to show to the art club and Rabina. Jenna, seeing Viola as a villain, was afraid, and in her mind she noticed Viola on how strange that she become. Later on, our girl went to her carriage. As she looked outside the window, she feels like she is inside in a fairy tale to see on how unbelievable pretty it is. After arriving at their destination, she steps outside excitedly and can't believe they are at the female lead's manor. Seeing all the locations from the novel with her own eyes, it's slowly starting to hit her that she has become Viola. After going inside the mansion, she ponders about the female lead's home, both the inside and outside being fancy. Entering another room, our girl sees artists inside and greets them. Their response is icy looks on their faces. She had a feeling they would be like this, feeling a frigid atmosphere with not a single person welcoming her. But our girl tries to ignore it, taking the high road. However, we can see her in rage and annoyance. She knows their reactions would happen, but to her right now, she is not the villainous Viola. She wanted to present a different Viola than in the past. Walking as confidently as possible, she decided to sit in the chair farthest away from Rabina. Everyone was shocked to see her sitting so far away from Rabina. In response, Rabina asked Viola why she wasn't sitting next to her today, even saving a spot for her. Viola told her that she wanted to try drawing here today. This makes Rubina in tears while the other girl is suspecting that she is scheming something. As she tries to smile, she looked like she's planning to do something at them and told them that she simply liked the point of view. And with that all of them quiver with nervousness around her. Viola feel it that they were looking with negativity. But our girl doesn't mind that they can stare all they want, but they will be even more surprised that way when they see her painting later with her mighty crappy artist. And so she started to paint. After some time she did her best effort to draw something unique and crappy. But the result was expected. That to her it is at least she have a good excuse to stop drawing now. If she didn't copy Rubina or become involved with Ivan, she will move further away from death, and that was her good plan as she smiled thinking about that. As she thought that this was a goodbye for Rubina, and then she thought of herself as free. After all of them finished their painting, our girl sees all the paintings together like it made her realize that how skilled everyone is, that she feel like she's at an exhibition. She compared her work that it looked scruffy. Everyone looked at her painting and they said that they never seen this style of painting before, where to them it is extremely new. All of them were dumbfounded while our girl is nervous. Although she knows that it is her plan, she still was hurt. But to them they are surprised, and so one of the girl asked Viola if she could demonstrate such a creative way of painting. And with that words she was shocked that she heard about creative and surprise as well. She is confused on what was going on with everyone, that they murmur about how amidst her artist and how unique it was. The damn, it seems juvenile, those rough strokes and unique art. And of course our girl thinks that there is something wrong, although she thinks about on how they are being sarcastic about it. And so she felt uncomfortable and just laughed about it, asking if it's strange that she should give up on drawing now. But all of them are so confused on what she was saying that to them it's really brilliant art to think that she did use such an abstract and unique style, that they are seeing her as a new light and experience to her. And this dumbfounded our girl, as she's the one who wants to ask what they were talking about. She's surprised by them, wondering if they've all gone crazy or something. As to her, it's just a bad painting. Of course, she thinks of them teasing her, although she can see in their eyes that they are genuinely serious. So our girl tells them to look at Lady Rubina's painting, not hers, then asks if it isn't exactly the same as the object, but a whole lot better than hers. But Rubina is dumbfounded as well, thinking of how great her painting was. She calls out our girl, and everyone falls quiet. However, one girl tells Lady Rubina that her painting is marvelous as well, although they think other people need to see her art, making Rubina feel alone. Rubina musters up her courage to talk to Viola and tells her that she agrees they should put her painting on display. She wants everyone to know how talented and hardworking she is. With those kind words from Rubina, our girl thinks of her as an angel. She can even see a halo behind her back. Rubina speaks beautifully and kindly because she's the female lead. Now our girl wonders if the people in this world have different standards for art, and wonders if she's becoming the world's Picasso. After some time, our girl invites her for tea, and everyone has a tea party in the garden. One girl notices Viola has been quiet for some time and asks if she's bored with their conversation. Viola tells her that it is not, and asks them to pretend that she's not there and go on with what they're saying. They'll just listen, that she wouldn't know what to say anyway. Later on, they were snickering and laughing, suggesting that she must be more interested in talking about men than art. To her, she agrees, as all of them already know she's a bit popular here with men. This annoys one of the girls, as she perceives her as narcissistic, and tells her that even men like Lady Rubina as well. The three girls then glanced at Rubina and noticed that she didn't say anything in response. Viola then tells her that all of that was in the past, where she intended to stop making lovers. However, in her mind, she doesn't want to die chasing after what isn't hers. In her plan, she wants to live quietly and enjoy this life. Though she doesn't know why, if her drawings are well received in this world, she may be able to achieve her dream that she couldn't in real life. The three girls are shocked to hear that Viola is giving up on men, and they can't believe that she's serious about it. They are always surprised by their reaction, wondering if that was surprising, because she knows she isn't that much of a slut. Viola noticed Rubina. Even she is taken aback by what our girl said. She intended to say it so Rubina could hear that she doesn't want to steal Rubina's men. Afterwards, one of the girls asked Rubina about a circulating rumor, asking if it was true. Rubina is confused by what they were saying, so they ask if she is really getting engaged to Duke Ivan de Faloa. One of the girls commented on that and thought they would be a perfect couple. Viola hears this and has an idea about that. In her mind, if the male lead finally makes his appearance as fast-paced as the novel is, she knows that he fits the role of the male protagonist. She remembers he has a handsome face, a brawny body, and is sturdy. On top of that, she knows he is a duke and a perfect lover, gentle only to the female lead, which is a must-have trope in romance novels. Now she wonders if that description fits the male lead. He would be a fine man that even she would be interested in. Our girl murmurs that she hopes the two of them quickly get together. But then she realizes she's murmuring and becomes nervous, wondering if they heard the slight envy in her voice. The girls notice this and an awkward silence falls in the room. In her mind, she should have kept quiet and just listened to what they were saying. Now Viola is feeling stiff. She doesn't want to ruin the mood anymore, so she decides to stay quiet from now on. She was so quiet that hours passed, and the tea party finished. As they were about to leave, Rubina approached Viola, wanting to say something. Viola asked what it was. Our girl saw that Rubina was feeling hesitant, and she wondered why. Rubina, with teary eyes and looking like an embarrassed anime girl, wanted to say one thing. Our girl, feeling nervous, wondered why Rubina had teary eyes. Rubina then told her that she didn't want to go through with the engagement to the Duke. Of course, Viola was surprised to hear that and asked what she meant by that. Moreover, she asked why Rubina didn't want to engage with the Duke. In response, Rubina told her that if she got married to the Duke, she knew she would be lonely every day and wouldn't be loved. Viola, feeling doubtful, knew that couldn't be the case. After all, she knew from the novel that Ivan and Rubina loved each other and lived happily ever after. Now, our girl wondered what Rubina meant by saying she wouldn't be loved. So our girl comforts her, telling her that everything will be fine once both of them get engaged. She asks if there's a reason why she thought she wouldn't be happy. In response, Rubina says that the Duke doesn't like her, as rumors have suggested. Viola paused and wonders if Rubina does not want to be engaged to the male lead because he's impotent, making our girl nervous. And with that, this marks the end of the chapter. Now, what will happen next? What are Viola's plans after hearing Rubina's words? Is the Duke truly gay? Lastly, can our girl lead a normal life in this novel? Tune in next time for the continuation of this amazing story. Thank you for watching, and as always, it's our destiny to discover new manhwa.